put together a system for my cabin. This might be similar to what you have in your RV, but I decided to make a video because I thought it was kind of interesting. It might help somebody out here. This essentially is a 12-volt pump, about a 5-amp pump. This is an RV accumulator, which is just a bladder that takes up pressure, and 2 filter holders, GE filter holders, and right now they're in bypass mode, and it's just pumping through and pumping water. I have a cabin with a water tank that's about from the bottom of the tank to where the faucet's going to be is about 10 feet of head, and so I made a test fixture to see if it would do it. And I'll show how this works here. So I've just got this kind of hot wired in. This is a SureFlow pump, 2088-554-144, and the accumulator, it's upside down here, is a 182-200, and it's essentially it's just a bladder. So the rubber pressurizes on the bottom half. They actually tell you to put it upside down if you're going to be in freezing weather, which this one is. This will be in freezing temperatures. It will self-drain that way. But both pump and accumulator are made by SureFlow. And what you do you have to pre-fill this with an air compressor or a bike pump, and you do it equal to the pump pressure, although I've also heard, according to the directions, you can do 2 times the pump pressure, but I set this to 45 psi, and I just used an air compressor. I turned down the pressure regulator on the air compressor so it didn't overpressurize it accidentally, because it's kind of a small volume. These fittings right here, this is 1/2-inch PEX. It's a 1/2-inch PEX crimp. This fitting right here is a 1/2-inch straight wall thread fitting. It's I've never worked with these before, but it's got an O-ring in there, so it will not leak like MPT will. But you can see there is no taper to those threads. It's just straight. The pitch is the same as NPT, but they're not tapered. They depend on the O-ring to seal, which is really actually pretty nice. This piece right here, connector, came with the accumulator, so that you can mount the pump and accumulator close together. I had to buy this and this at Ace Hardware, which completely ran them out. And this is 1/2-inch PEX. This is a 1/2-inch PEX shark bite fitting. This is a 3/4 inch, actually is 3/4 inch NPT by 1/2-inch shark bite to adapt to this 1/2-inch hose barb. This is 3/4 by 3/4 shark bite. Same here. A little piece of PEX and just the output. So my plan is to run this off of solar power and batteries and a generator in the wintertime if I need to, with a 12-volt power supply. And the first filter will be a pre-filter. It's going to be a 30 micron charcoal filter for flavor, because I will be adding pool shock, which is like a powdered hypochlorite, 5%, so you can neutralize any bacteria that goes in the tank. The second one will be a Berkey filter, and I'm hoping to do this all in one take, because I hate shooting video. But I'll install those. I'll show you the current flow through the meter when these are hooked up, and I'll also show you the head that it can make. And then when I put filters in, I think I'll see a little head drop or at least a little bit of flow drop at the same head, which is 10 feet. Okay, I'm going to pause this for a second. Okay. So now we're pumping from the battery, using the battery to pump through here. We're bypassing the filters. We're going through the output, through the hose, way up there. So, from here to there, 10 feet. So, yeah, that's essentially the height that my faucet will be. The ground will be the bottom, simulates the bottom of the tank, which is actually 30 feet, 30 inches, or maybe, let's see, I got a drawing here. So, this is the tank, this is the level of the tank, which is 10 inches plus 30 inches, so 40 inches below the dirt. The water comes out of the PEX tube, it'll come up, we'll go through the pump and end up right here. I was just using this for dimensions. The cabin, this is the dirt. It's really hard to do this looking through the camera. Anyway, the floor of the cabin, and then the sink, and then the faucet. So 30 plus 10 plus 36 for the level of, my cabin's way off the ground because we get a lot of snow, and then 48 inches from the floor to here. So 10, 30, 10, 30, 36, 48, it's 124. I rounded it to 10 feet. And that right there is 10 feet. Okay, let's so pushing 10 feet, I'm going to actually I'm going to measure the current. I am going to bypass the switch and show how much we're drawing. This is running right now. There we go. Turn the switch off. We're only drawing 300 milliamps. I'm really surprised. But it's only a... Okay, I'll take that back off. But we're only dropping... we're only dropping... That's running 12.6 volts. If I turn it off, the battery says 12.7, so 100 millivolts. It doesn't draw very much. We'll see what happens when we put the filters in. So this is 100 micron. I believe it's a 2.5 inch. 30 micron filter, just a cheap filter. And just for fun, I'm going to show what happens. I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to take this out of bypass mode. This is one of the reasons I bought this. You can actually turn the filter off. You can actually you can bypass it here, and you can run the filter here. So when we go to run, it will fill up. I just got wet. Okay, so now it's running through here, coming out, and this one's just being bypassed. So this guy's stoked. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this off, and I'll turn this off. There we go. And I'm gonna empty this. Don't lose the O-ring. And we'll drop this in. Sorry, this is unbelievably difficult by myself here. I think I'll invent a tripod. Okay. Switch back on. Oh. You know, I'm gonna put my little short one on here. Okay. Oh, you know, I didn't even mention that this has a pressure switch right here. And when it sees a rise in pressure and reaches 45 psi, it shuts off. That's the beauty of this. This is an RV filter, so, or RV pump. So it's in. Should be running right now. I got to open this up. Okay, it sees a pressure drop, opens up, closes the contacts, and sends current to the motor and starts to pump. So now water has filled this up, and again we can go to bypass, and now it's just running through here, just along the top here. And we can actually pull this. Here's another kind of cool feature. You can bleed the pressure off the filters. You can change it while it's running. You can see it vent. It's the only one I've seen that does this. And please don't spray me. See, look at that. Isn't that cool? So hopefully I can get this back on one hand. Okay, now we turn it back to run. Okay, so we didn't really lose a whole lot of volume here. Let's see what happens when we, I don't have anywhere to measure. I guess I could measure flow by filling buckets of water, but I'm not doing that, so I'm going to turn this off. I think I'll turn the filter off, and I'm going to drop in the Berkey filter. So the Berkey filter is kind of cool. These are 1/2 micron ceramic filters. Nothing gets through these. It's Giardia, cysts. 1/2 microns. That's pretty tight. I gotta put you on hold here. Okay. Filter's on. Turn the pump back on. Okay, it's in off position. I'm gonna go to on. Okay, this is a much tighter filter, much tighter. And you can see the flow is dropped by, I would say, 2/3. But this is good drinking water. I mean, you could run, I would drink water from my gutters, my rain gutters. which is what I plan to do. Filter out the dust and pollen and that sort of thing. But we would only use this for drinking water. We could fill up containers. It might take a little while, but that's the pre-filter and that's the post-filter. Running off one little battery with less than half an amp. So let's do a head test. All right, that's 10 feet through 2 filters, one little 12-volt battery, one SureFlow pump, and here we go. Come on, baby. I think we're sucking. Running out of water. Pump's making a different sound, so okay, I'm going to lower the head a little bit. Okay, I had to add a little water to the bucket. So it's pumping right now, but we're bypassing the Berkey. I'm going to turn the Berkey on. And we are getting enough to run through an RV faucet, looks like. And just to be legit here, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to drain this out. Okay, and I'm going to turn it back on and let that fill on its own. Come on, baby. There we go. So this is in, I would call this drinking water mode. And if I was going to be in dishwashing mode, or hand cleaning mode, or shower water mode, I would do this. Oh yeah, it just pours out of there. That's 3 or 4 GPM, I think, based on my unscientific water flow calculator. Berkey mode, drinking water mode. So yeah, getting a little warm. So current wise, let's see what we're drawing through the Berkey. 300 milliamps. That's nothing. I don't know why it's not drawing that much. But that's good. All right. This is it's an older battery, but it still holds, 13 volts. Haven't done a load test on it, but it's enough to run this for a little while. Anyway, thought you might be interested. And by the way, this is about $75. This is $53. These were about $40 a piece, and I am having a hard time finding them. There might be some, if you got a similar one you like, this has got the bypass off and filter mode plus the vent. If you go to turn this off, then you can vent it, change the cartridge. You're in bypass mode, and you keep on. You don't have to shut the whole house down, so to speak. And I don't know if I spent much time talking about this, but this is really cool. This little pressure switch, when I shut the water off, it shuts the pump off. When I open it, it sees a drop in pressure, closes the contacts, and fires the pump up. So I think this is going to work. Thanks a lot. Like and subscribe.